taste grounds, if no other. Well, while the Obama administration is taking steps to normalize relations with Cuba, 3 Republican lawmakers have written a letter urging the Attorney General, Eric Holder, to slam on the brakes until certain conditions are met, basic conditions. Those senators, Rubio, Vitter, and Cruz, wrote this, quote, "Do you support the normalization of relations with Cuba without the return of fugitives from justice for prosecution who have the blood of Americans, including law enforcement officers, on their hands?"
Fugitives like William Morales, who was the chief bomb maker linked to the 1975 bombing of Francis Tavern, an attack in New York City that left 4 people dead. Frank Connor was among the victims, leaving behind a wife and 2 sons.
Well, joining us now is one of his sons, Joe Connor. Joe has been fighting for William Morales to be returned to the United States since the early 1990s. Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
And what's the latest with that?
Well, we saw the letter that went out from the senators yesterday, and I've been also working with Pete King, Scott Garrett, my congressman and the Long Island congressman. So we are trying to get Morales returned. He, as you know, was the bomb maker for the FALN. He's been in Cuba since 1988, and he has blood on his hands, as we said. You look at Cuba right now, and it is a sponsor of Joanne Chesimard, of William Morales, of Victor Garena, of Charlie Hill, these fugitives from American justice. Yet our administration is talking about removing Cuba from the state sponsor of terrorists. So there's something wrong here.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's almost unbelievable.
It is unbelievable.
It's a massive victory, public relations victory, and economic victory for the Castro brothers and the fascist government of Cuba. But there are all these murderers there. Why isn't this the very first demand, that we get these people back on American soil to be tried?
It has to be, but it's not been. And what we've seen is some congressmen and senators pushing this, but we haven't seen the administration doing it. And this is where it has to be the condition of getting these terrorists back before any normalization is made with Cuba. We've lost our minds. I just saw the president talking about fighting terrorism in India today, and he never mentions the fact that we are bringing relations with Cuba when they are harboring, when they are sponsoring, when they are state sponsors of terrorists that have killed Americans, and it's got to stop.
Does it make you feel better, though, that when this was announced, this whole new relationship, that you had outrage on both sides of the aisle? You had some odd, interesting couplings of people who normally don't agree on things saying this is a mistake, a gigantic mistake.
I'm with you. I'm a New Jersey resident, and Robert Menendez, our senator, has come out against the president on this, and it's very refreshing to see that. A Democratic senator who I probably wouldn't normally agree with has been right on the mark with this stuff. And what frustrates me a little bit is that Joanne Chesimard, who's a cop killer, and she needs to be the forefront of this, has taken most of the focus. But William Morales was the bomb maker for 130 bombs, including most likely the bomb that killed my father. From what I know from my friends in law enforcement, the Joint Terrorism Task Force, Morales is not welcome in Cuba anymore. He's not liked, and he's very low-hanging fruit. He should be the one that we go and get. I'll tell you a little story. Right before Christmas, my mom said, I just want to live long enough to see Morales face justice. And I think after 20-something years of fighting for his return, we're on the precipice of getting him. And we can't pull back now. We have to really push this. And I would ask everyone who's listening and watching to contact Congressman to talk about it, get him back as any condition for normalization.
So what's standing in the way exactly?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, we know he's in Cuba.
So the White House has never reached out to you on this?
No. I mean,
Eric Holder, you're the son of one of the victims. They normalized relations or announced their intent to, and they never contact you.
Well, look, Eric Holder was the Deputy Attorney General under Bill Clinton when the rest of the FALN were offered clemency. He violated the Victims' Rights and Restitutions Act at that time because he didn't contact the families of those victims when the FALN were released. So I would not expect this government to contact me. Although right here I have letters that go back to the mid-90s from our government, specifically about William Morales that I've been corresponding with. So they know I'm out there. They know he's out there. I don't know why they don't. They're supposed to represent me. But my father deserved better than this, and that's what's been pushing me for an awfully long time.
Yeah, this is your life's work.
It has been. It's been, I have my own family, but, my dad was, he was used for political reasons by the Clintons when they released the terrorists, and he deserved a lot better as an American, and I'm not giving up.
Joe Connor, thanks for joining us. It's always good to see you.
Anytime.
And the day you win, and I think you will, I hope you'll come back to celebrate.
Oh, I'll be with you
Bring your
guys.
mother too.
I will.
Yeah,
She's
I'd love to meet you.
yeah.
Thanks a lot. Up next on Fox and Friends, Dr. Ben Carter.